If we take a look at the world, we would say that one of the characteristics of this world is that it is certainly imperfect. You see? It is a part of the nature of the world is to be imperfect. And this is our problem. Our problem is that we keep struggling with the fact that everything is imperfect. Now, what's wrong with things being imperfect? What's so imperfect about things being imperfect? Why do we want to make things perfect, or that the fact that the world is not perfect is a cause of conflict for us, argument, dissatisfaction? Our body is not perfect, right? But still, some cultivate the fantasy of having a perfect body. And then they begin to judge even slightest imperfection, right? The slightest imperfections. They look and they say, oh, I wish I could be this. I wish I could look like that. This would be perfect. So our body is imperfect. Our life circumstances are certainly imperfect. My day today was certainly imperfect. And disaster, right? So my day was imperfect. My life is imperfect. My mind, my intelligence is definitely imperfect. So, and what is the problem? The world is imperfect. It's in a state of conflict, of division by its very nature, because it's a world of opposites. It cannot be perfect. And then we look at this world and we say, oh God, come on. Couldn't you do better? What is that? What is this? Is this your love? Is this your compassion? Leaving us to be so exposed, so vulnerable to death and to disease and to war, to horrible things. And then we struggle with creation, our own creation, and the total creation. So life is imperfect. Can we accept that? Can we understand that actually if life becomes perfect, then this is the end of life? Do you understand what I'm saying? If everything is perfect, and sometimes, there are some societies perhaps that try to make a perfect society, a perfect human being. Or we want to have a perfect day. You know the song, Such a Perfect Day? We want to we want to have, it's not the name of the song, right? But you get it. So we want to have our day perfect, our relationships perfect. In short, we want life to end. We want all friction, all tension to come to an end. Why? Now, what does this remind you, this wish to make life perfect without conflict, without friction? The fantasy of heaven. This is what we have created. Because we live in an imperfect world, then we humans have such tremendous imagination. And we thought, well, let's imagine that there is another place where everything is perfect. Everything. We are immortal because here there is death. There is no violence because here there is violence. There is only compassion and love, because here there is no compassion and love. And then we have devised this world, alternative world, where only fluffy angels float around, and we get to sing some really boring songs there. I don't know, with the angels. I don't know what is going on there. I always try to imagine what it is that we are going to do there. I mean, what are you doing in heaven? Okay, so I always get the beginning. You come, you reach the clouds, whatever these clouds mean, and then you are greeted by really lovely hosts that say, well, we were waiting for you, and so on and so on. You immediately don't want to leave, and then you meet your deceased dog, right? you meet all your loved ones. They all come to you. You are back in harmony. Not that there was harmony with our loved ones when we were. So probably the arguments continue over the heavenly table. So I get the beginning. It sounds great. But then what? What is happening then? So the day ends. Then you wake up. It's again heaven. And it's really perfect. You have no complaints. And then I think the next thing that happens is that you begin to have complaints that everything is perfect. You are really troubled, you begin to be bored. Your desire returns to burn. You want some disruption. When there is no external conflict in heaven, you create your own conflict. You begin to rebel against the circumstances. You're trying to change heaven to make a better society, a different society that has conflict in it. So, do you really want to go to heaven? Do you understand? I don't want to go to heaven. I don't say that I want to go to the other imagination land, hell, but sometimes eternal perfection is a kind of hell, right? So what I'm saying, I hope that if I haven't offended anyone in terms of religious sentiments, but this is at least my understanding. Do we really want eternal perfection? This is what I'm asking, you see. Do we want that? Or do we enjoy this imperfection that keeps creating healthy tension? And this healthy tension makes us grow, makes us curious, makes us explore, makes us overcome. And through the world of opposites, we learn, we explore, we broaden our consciousness, we broaden our heart. Can you broaden your heart without suffering? Can you even recognize the presence of bliss unless you have suffered tremendously? Can you really know the taste of letting go unless you have lost someone? And the precious moment of letting go, the tremendous beauty of the love that arises from being able to let go. I think that through this world of opposites that creates constant friction and an imperfect life, that this is what makes life so meaningful. So I'm not saying that the universe is perfect. I'm saying that the universe is utterly imperfect and perfectly imperfect. And therefore, what do we say? We don't speak of perfection, we speak of wholeness. Wholeness is completely different, you see? Wholeness is where you perceive that everything is in place, but not because things are perfect, but because your perception is broad enough to include, to embrace all the opposites, to embrace the imperfection, to embrace suffering, to embrace bliss. Your mind is whole, your heart is whole, your perception of the world is whole. You perceive the world of opposites as totality, not as fragmented, as divided. You understand that there is no bliss without suffering, and that is wholeness. So this is what we're saying. The universe is already whole. It is imperfect, it is incomplete in the sense of its evolution, of its growth, of its expansion, but it's a total phenomena.